Okay, welcome everyone. So, in the next 15 odd minutes today, we are going to not talk about strategy on paper. We are going to talk about strategy in action. I want to tell you that if you are somebody who leads people and if you are accountable for results in your organization, only then this KRA Execution Mastery workshop is for you. So, what we are going to unlock in this workshop for you is simple practical tools that can turn goals into real wins week after week, month after month. So, get ready to shift gears from planning to powerful but unstoppable execution. Before we dive in, let's hear from the masters as to what they have to say about execution. Ram Charan said 70% of strategic failure happens because of poor execution. Robin Sharma, in his book Leader with No Title, says ideation without execution is delusion. I love this one. And John Doerr said ideas are easy, dime a dozen really, but execution is everything. And finally, in the four disciplines of execution, it is said that once you know what to do, getting people to execute is then the real challenge. So, across each one of these insights, the message is loud and clear. Execution isn't just important, it's everything. And today, we are going to master it. So, before we master it, let us understand what is execution. Now, execution, as Bossidi said, is simple. It is about turning strategy into reality, aligning people with goals, and delivering the promised land, the promised result. Without execution, even the best plans mean nothing. Today, it's all about mastering that missing link between strategy, vision, and real outcomes. So, in this workshop, what will you really learn? You will learn how to craft sharp KRAs, break them into small actions, run powerful meetings, which are weekly, clear issues and roadblocks fast, whatever is preventing that execution to happen, drive monthly accountability, and most importantly, or as importantly, build high performance agile teams. In short, you will master the real engine behind execution excellence, that is process plus people, because that is what leads to success. Now, is this workshop right for you? You can raise your arm, the right hand, if you lead a team. Yeah, raise it now. You can raise your left hand if you are accountable for results in your organization. Nod if you want to make execution faster, sharper, and unstoppable. Now, if you have your both arms up and your head nodding, then this workshop is built just for you. So it's now time to move from good intentions to game changing execution. So, this is a little background about me. I've been a lifelong student of leadership and execution. After 30 years of leading teams and over a decade coaching leaders across industries, I've learned only one simple truth, and that is vision without execution is just wishful thinking. And today, we are not just going to sit and learn. And that is what I'm talking when you come to the workshop. You and me are going to roll up our sleeves, challenge our habits, and make execution really simple but unstoppable. I believe in this phrase which says simplicity plus visibility leads to accountability. So I'm excited. I know you are too. So let's get started. So once you begin to implement this growth model of execution, it is then that you will achieve results like never before because this framework doesn't just make things clearer, it makes success inevitable. And what's the result? You will move from chaos to clarity. So here's the growth model for you. There are 6 steps in it. The first is goal setting. So we must learn how to set sharp, measurable KRAs tied to real results. And this goes beyond, that saying everybody says, create smart KRAs. So that's only one principle out of 5 principles you learn to really create KRAs like you have never done before. Then we are going to learn how to roll out, break these KRAs into projects, tasks, and initiatives. And not any tasks, projects, and initiatives, but high impact projects, stroke initiatives, stroke tasks, And then we are going to organize and run powerful weekly meetings with start on time, finish on time, and are extremely effective. We're also going to learn how to handle issues because as you get into execution, and somebody said this again beautifully to say, everything that you plan is likely to fail. Because when we take this plan and put it out in the real world, issues rise, obstacles rise, which seem to prevent us from achieving the results that we want. And we must have a methodology in our team to allow these issues to surface. And then we must have a methodology where we have a system on how do we plan to take action on these issues and quickly close them with accountability. And not only your accountability, team accountability. Then we learn how to track and reset our KRAs. Please remember, KRA is not a once in a year exercise, which most of us do. There may be changes in environment that take place, which may need and necessitate us to change the KRAs that we have set earlier. So we should be able to track this monthly. Have a pause, entire collective intelligence or team gets in. We learn how to reset our focus if necessary and sharpen the execution so that we move forward from what we have learned in the past. Somebody said this, uh, and I'm going to state this sentence and you can tell me whether you agree with it. Uh, it is through experience that we learn. And most of us put up our hands to say, yes, experience teaches us. The answer is experiences will only teach you if you know how to reflect on your experiences, learn from them, and get better. So it's a kind of a loop of reflecting, learning, getting better. And finally, we're going to learn how to sharpen or our teams, how to make high performance teams. And there are 6 different tools that we need to put into place and keep reflecting on so that we can support our team members in getting better. Because if the team members get better, only then we are likely to achieve the results that we want. So using growth, you will not just be able to execute, but you will build up this unstoppable momentum. Now think about this. Which step in your organization and in your team is your current strength in this out of all the 6 steps of the growth model? And also, which step, if leveled up, could change everything further? And I believe that all these dots must be focused upon and improved. And you can't just focus on one of the 6 or 2 of the 6 or 3 of the 6 dots for you to be able to achieve the results that you want. All 6 have to be focused upon and leveled up and improved every single month. So what are you going to get? You're going to get 15 tools in it. Because fundamentally, for us to be able to achieve something, we need a process. So we are going to get principles for setting effective KRAs. There are 5 principles that will enable us to reflect and see whether the KRAs that we have chosen in the beginning of the year are truly the KRAs that are going to be in synergy with the organizational goals and a lot of other stuff. We are also going to learn how to brainstorm with the team to identify high impact initiatives. And after you have identified these high impact initiatives and created a structure to follow them, we also must learn how to be able to commit ourselves, and not only me, all my team members, on a weekly basis to do, based on your role and responsibility, actions which are going to support the initiatives that you have chosen, which are connected to the KRs. Then you're going to learn the PACE methodology of weekly meeting navigator, which ensures that your meetings are crystal clear, impactful, and when people walk away from the meeting, everybody knows very clearly what they need to do next week. But more importantly, what is the message they must give their next team members or one level below, which is in congruence to the entire organization. Then we are going to talk about how do you handle issues as they come. How do you create a live issue register? And how do you manage these issues in a manner that people take accountability and are committed to finding answers to that? We are also going to clarify the roles and responsibility of people in our team so that there is no duplication or there is no gap within what needs to be done, and everybody knows it has to be done, but nobody knows who's doing it. We are also going to identify the performance and value metrics to identify whether we have the right person for the right job. And a number of other tools, which I won't go too much into it right now, but a comprehensive toolkit which will take you step by step to be able to achieve the final result that you want. You will also get a simple 10-point checklist to quickly check with your team and yourself whether you are following the entire process as it should be. And when this is used consistently, these tools will transform execution into a culture of clarity, one, development, and ownership. And together, these tools will make execution consistent, which is very important, consistency, agile, and people centered. So, when we rolled out this process with leadership teams across various industries, we found that something clicked. And most importantly, execution became a habit, not a struggle, and real results followed. And once we moved ahead, people started having this as a default behavior that they kept on doing week by week by week by week to get the results that they want. So when execution becomes a habit, excellence becomes inevitable. One HR leader said after this workshop, this won't work in our culture. Or in fact, even before the workshop. We have tested it. So we said, okay, let's test it out. And we tested it. And within weeks, KRAs were reviewed, blockers cleared, and leadership had real visibility. So change really isn't about culture. It starts with consistency, and the consistency creates the culture. So you can't say that my culture is not like that. If you want to change a culture, you need first to be consistent in the new habits that everyone in the team does. And when these new habits are done across the board in a regular manner, then the culture of the organization change. So it's not vice versa. Once the culture changes, then I will come back to you, right? You will have to change habits, change consistency, change behavior for the culture to happen. Because what is culture, really speaking? Culture is nothing but a set of habits that people in an organization demonstrate without having to be told about them or reminded. So these are the workshop logistics. Suffice it to say, there are limited seats. We want a small group so that we can have maximum impact. We are keeping this small so that we can give you focus attention. And my humble suggestion to you is send team members either as a group from the same department or send them from a varied department so that when they come back to you, they can give you inputs on how valuable this thing can be when this is implemented in your organization across departments. So either it should be a cohesive team or it should be varied team so that you get the right input. So join us and let's stop wishing for results and start achieving them. Because when we execute with excellence, we are able to build together and move from vision to victory. See you and hope to really have a fantastic time in this interaction with you during the workshop. Thank you so much.